Tottenham take on Bournemouth in the Premier League this Saturday. Jose Mourinho's first Premier League game at home at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Can he make it 3 wins from his first 3 games? So, welcome back to another video. Jose Mourinho has been in charge at Tottenham Hotspur Football Club for just over a week now. He has 2 wins from 2 games, one in the Premier League last weekend, away at West Ham, winning for the first time in the Premier League away from home for 10 months. And on a Tuesday night at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, that dramatic 4-2 comeback against Olympiacos, securing the last 16 place in the Champions League. So, all in all, it has been a very, very good week for Jose Mourinho so far. But let's face it, in the Premier League, we need more points. At the moment, Tottenham are mid-table. It's sitting in 10th place in the Premier League. Played 13, won 4, drawn 5 and lost 4. We have scored 21. We have conceded 19. We have 17 points. Bournemouth, who we take on this Saturday at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, 3 p.m. kickoff. They are in 11th place. They are right behind us. Just a point separates the 2 teams. Bournemouth have won 4. They have drawn 4. They have lost 5. They have scored 16. They have conceded 17. Have a goal difference of -1. So, as I just mentioned, Bournemouth have won 4 games so far out of their 13 Premier League games. They have won 2 at home and 2 away. The away games that they won was against Aston Villa, a 2-1 away win, and against Southampton, a 3-1 away win. And home games that they won was against Everton, 3-1 winners, and against Manchester United earlier this month, winning 1-0. Team news for Tottenham ahead of this Bournemouth match. As we know, Hugo Lloris is still out, expected to be out until early 2020. Goalkeeper Michel Vorm is also out. Eric Lamela is also out. And of course, Ben Davies picked up that injury against West Ham that will now keep him out for some time. Team news for Bournemouth. Josh King is absent with a hamstring problem. Ryan Fraser is a doubt with a dead leg. Now, that is good news for Tottenham because he has got the most assists in the Premier League for Bournemouth so far this season. Simon Francis and Philip Billing are both suspended, but Dominic Solanke has been given the all-clear after a scan on his hamstring. So let's run through a few facts and stats going into this game, Tottenham v Bournemouth in the Premier League. Now, there's only one player who has played in every Premier League game for Tottenham so far this season, and that is Moussa Sissoko. He's played all 13. Harry Kane is our highest goal scorer at the moment with 7 Premier League goals. Shots on target, Heung-min Son has the most, or has recorded the most with 14. Assists, Son has got that record as well with 4 assists. Toby Alderweireld has the record for the passes attempted, and that is 838 so far this season. Tackles attempted, Serge Aurier with 20, and yellow cards, Danny Rose has the record with 5. Eddie Howe doesn't make that many changes to his Bournemouth lineup in the Premier League. They have got 5 players who have played in all 13 Premier League games so far this season. Their top goal scorer and the one to watch is Callum Wilson. He has got 5 Premier League goals so far. He has also recorded the most shots on target so far this season with 11. The most assists with 3 is Ryan Fraser. The most passes attempted is Steve Cook with 621. Tackles attempted with 29 is Philip Billing. And the most yellow cards, 2 players, Philip Billing and Jefferson Lerma. Another great game for Jose Mourinho to record 3 points for Tottenham Hotspur on Saturday, because Bournemouth have only won 1 game in their last 7 Premier League matches, and Tottenham have only lost 1 in their last 5 Premier League matches, and that was that narrow defeat away at Liverpool at Anfield. I love this stat. Tottenham have played Bournemouth 4 times at home in the Premier League era, and the aggregate score is 13-0. Tottenham have met Bournemouth 8 times in the Premier League, and Bournemouth have only ever beat Tottenham once. It was earlier this year in May at the Vitality Stadium when they won 1-0, and Heung-min Son and Wan Foyth were both sent off in the game, and Tottenham went down to 9 men. Spurs have played 13 Premier League games so far this season, and it is the first time this season that Tottenham are aiming for back-to-back Premier League wins. As I mentioned earlier, Jose Mourinho has managed Tottenham for 2 games and we have 2 wins. We have conceded 2 goals in both of the games. Defensively, certainly on Tuesday, we looked very poor. I know we come back and scored 4 goals, but defensively, there is a lot of work to be done. This next stat says exactly that anyway, because we have only kept 1 clean sheet in 13 Premier League matches. That was earlier on in the season when we beat Crystal Palace at home 4-0. This next stat is about our defence yet again, because only West Ham and Norwich City have faced more shots on target in the Premier League this season than Spurs. 76 shots that we have faced in the 13 Premier League games so far this season. That equates to 5.8 shots on target per game. So there is a lot of closing down that our defence should be doing going forward. And as I've said, ever since Mourinho has been appointed, he is a winner. He is a serial winner. You do not win trophies with a poor defence. So I'm very, very confident that he will strengthen our defence sooner rather than later, and we will stop leaking so many goals. Can Jose Mourinho make it 3 wins from 3 competitive games? Now, the only managers or head coaches to win their opening 2 Premier League matches for Tottenham were Glenn Hoddle and Mauricio Pochettino. Since joining the Premier League, Bournemouth have only ever won twice out of their 25 Premier League away matches at established top 6 teams, and both of those wins came at Stamford Bridge, the home of Chelsea. The Tottenham defence will really need to be on top of their game Saturday afternoon at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Now, Bournemouth have scored 16 goals so far in their 13 Premier League games. Half of those goals have come from set pieces, and that is excluding penalties as well. That is the highest number and ratio in the Premier League so far in the 2019-2020 season. I'm hoping that manager Jose Mourinho picks the same forward line for Tottenham as the previous couple of games that he's been in charge. Heung-min Son, Lucas Moura, Dele Alli and Harry Kane to keep that Bournemouth defence and goalkeeper very, very busy. Now, the Bournemouth goalkeeper, Aaron Ramsdale, has made 56 saves in the Premier League this season, more than any other goalkeeper in the division. In Jose Mourinho's press conference earlier today, he described Bournemouth as a very difficult opponent. But one nice thing that Jose Mourinho has been talking about since the Champions League win at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium Tuesday night is the ball boy. The ball boy threw the ball very, very quickly to Serge Aurier, who then threw the ball to Lucas Moura, and then Moura crossed for Kane to equalise to get us that second goal. Mourinho has been raving about this ball boy. The ball boy is named Callum, and he has actually invited Callum to the pre-match meal with the players against Bournemouth at the Tottenham Stadium on Saturday. What a lovely, lovely touch. It is the sorts of things that I love to hear about. I love the interaction between the fans and the players and manager, and I think that is a wonderful thing for Jose Mourinho to do. Jose Mourinho also said the following in the press conference earlier today: "We needed these 2 wins, we needed the points in the league, we needed to kill the situation in the Champions League. It's very important for us, but independent of the results, it's also very, very important, my feelings, and day after day, my feelings are better. It's not like you arrive and have a nice impact and then you realise it's not as beautiful as you thought. Yes, it's really, really good. I'm very happy with what the club is giving me. Lots of speculation about Bournemouth manager Eddie Howe going to either West Ham or Everton if they sack their managers. But he's been heavily linked to both of those clubs. He said the following in his press conference: I have no time focusing on those things. All week has been preparing for the Tottenham match. I hope you've enjoyed this match preview video. My score prediction, I'm going to go for a 3-1 Tottenham win. I think Heung-min Son will get a couple of goals and Harry Kane will get the other. And of course, we all know Harry Kane loves to score against Bournemouth, and he is after that Jimmy Greaves record. Please let me know in the comments section below your score predictions and your predicted lineup. I will see you tomorrow at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Come on, you Spurs.